Hi, I'm Dr. Coach Mike Babcock.
Hi, I'm Charlene Labonte.
Hi, I'm Melody Daou.
Hi, I'm Jen Heil. I'm a recent McGill grad, which I'm very proud about. I'm also an Olympic skier.
Hi, I'm Ken Dryden.
Hi, I'm John Liu, TSN Montreal Bureau reporter.
Hi, I'm Dave Stubbs, sports columnist with the Montreal Gazette.
Normally I'd be behind the bench with the Detroit Red Wings.
Normally, I'd have one of these with me, but today,
I'm
on the line.
I'm on the line
With David
Stein.
From 2007 to 2010, Brent Sopel manned the Blackhawks blue line en route to Chicago's first Stanley Cup championship in 49 years. He also provided leadership to a good young team that was on the precipice of a dynasty.
Hi, I'm PK Subban, and you're watching David Stein, the best sports reporter at McGill University.
What kind of advice would you give to a McGill student who really wants to have a career in the sports industry and make it on the big stage?
Well, I think every industry, it's the same thing. It's you got to pursue your passion. You got to find out something you love and something you're great at, and then you work at it diligently. And being an everydayer is a hard thing. A lot of people think they work, but it's about every day. And if you bring energy and attitude each and every day, you'll get where you want to go. There's without a question. I mean, McGill's built a foundation here for you, and now you're off and running.
When Mike Brown didn't receive a contract offer following the 2015-16 season, he knew he was going to have to seriously start considering life after professional hockey. While some aren't so lucky, Brown still has his health and his passion for the game. For Good Day to Paul, ever since the White Sox were established as a Major League Baseball franchise in 1901, many great players have come through Chicago's South Side.
The Yukon Huskies know that there's a lot on the line this weekend in Hartford if it hopes to compete in the NCAA tournament later this month. Reporting from Gamble Pavilion in Storrs, Connecticut, I'm David P. Stein for UCTV.
The Chicago Cubs played their first home game at Wrigley Field in 1916. On April 20th, a 7-6 victory against the visiting Cincinnati Reds. Since then, as you can imagine, this venue has changed drastically. Just like a Chicago train, Brent Sopel's skating style was anything but smooth. The former NHL defenseman enjoyed a career of more than 700 games, not because of talent alone, but also because of his strong work ethic, a willingness to sacrifice his body, and an intelligence level that enabled him to outwit opposing forwards.
My anticipation of where the play was going to go, I knew, it was almost I knew where he was going to go before he did.
Growing up on a farm in Saskatchewan, and throughout most of his life, Sopel was never praised for his intelligence. Except when he was on the ice, of course. Off the ice, he struggled to read, to write, and many people labeled him as dumb.
I struggled for 32 years of my life with reading. School was painful, and not knowing why.
At the age of 32, while playing for the Chicago Blackhawks, Sopel discovered that he was dyslexic.
When I did get the diagnosis, it was, light bulb went off, and it was kind of a relief knowing, there was something there.
From 2007 to 2010, Brent Sopel manned the Blackhawks blue line en route to Chicago's first Stanley Cup championship in 49 years. He also provided leadership to a good young team that was on the precipice of a dynasty.
One of the elder skatesmen on the back end for the Blackhawks, Brent Sopel!
That was the closest knit team that I was ever part of. This team was flawless.
Now that Sopel understands more about dyslexia, he's decided to use his platform to help spread awareness.
It's my life's goal now is to change the world. When you got 20% of the population has it, which is crazy amount of people, 1 in 5.
Roxanne Farwick Owens, an associate professor and department chair at DePaul University's College of Education, also believes that students with different learning styles should be accommodated.
It can really damage a child's self-esteem when they become the one that it's hard for them to read out loud. I think we all remember those kids in class who hated to read out loud because they stumbled over words.
Sopel may face certain challenges with dyslexia, but that doesn't mean he's dumb or disabled. All it means is that he learns differently. For Good Day to Paul, I'm David P. Stein. During an NHL career that began in 2007 and spanned nearly 10 years, Mike Brown fought hard to earn a living.
Is where they have an edge in this game. We've got a scrap right off the drop of the puck.
Oh!
Mike Brown just going with Aaron Volpatti.
Wow!
For me personally, I think fighting keeps the game honest. And if they get rid of it completely, you're going to see that, and I think you are seeing a little bit more dangerous hits. Hits to the head and elbows.
It was during his teen years that Brown learned how to fight while playing in the U.S. National Development Program.
We were 16, 17, playing against guys that were 19, 20-year-olds, and you had to fend for yourself.
In 2003, Brown accepted an athletic scholarship at the University of Michigan, where he spent 2 seasons developing his on-ice skills under Wolverines head coach Red Berenson. And when he left college, Brown knew exactly the type of style he needed to play in order to have a sustainable career at the pro level.
I'm not going to score that many goals. I'm gonna have big hits. I'm gonna play hard.
Brown was always ready to drop the gloves.
He didn't have to tap me on the shoulder and say go and do it. I went out and fought. You can see the bench. They all stand up. They get nuts. They get crazy.
Early on in his career, he says he sustained numerous concussions that went undocumented before the NHL eventually began taking concussion protocol more seriously.
I've taken my fair share. You know, I've had my hits, but I don't think any of them were documented.
But according to longtime Montreal Canadiens chief surgeon Dr. David Mulder, the NHL's concussion protocol has improved dramatically in the last decade.
Perhaps the reason there's so many concussions is that we document them better. We have better assessment of them.
My last couple of years, they had spotters in the NHL, and they, if you got hit, then they're immediately going to give you that iPad test and see how you're doing.
These days, Brown coaches teenagers in Vernon Hills, Illinois, at Glacier Ice Arena, where he played his own minor hockey growing up. Not only is he their on-ice coach, he also prepares off-ice training programs for them in his gym.
1, 2. Step back foot. Twist the hip. 1, 2. Going by my fighting career, I did mixed martial arts fighting. I did boxing throughout my entire career.
Brown's players look up to him because he knows exactly what it takes to get to the sport's biggest stage.
He's a real good example of how you have to be mentally tough and just power through it.
When Mike Brown didn't receive a contract offer following the 2015-16 season, he knew he was going to have to seriously start considering life after professional hockey. While some aren't so lucky, Brown still has his health and his passion for the game. For Good Day to Paul, I'm David P. Stein.